guys! Today we are going to do eyebrows. So as you can see, I don't have eyebrows or eyeshadow on at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I am going to show you a little more in-depth brow tutorial. Last time I did a brow tutorial, I realized after watching it that I didn't go into too much depth with the tutorial. So today we're going to go in a little bit more depth, and I'm going to kind of show you where you need to tweeze or get waxed or threaded, whichever your preference. And then I'm going to show you basically how to fill them in. And I know that everybody doesn't have my same exact eyebrows, but it's the way I do it is generally how you should do it, even if you have a thinner eyebrow or a thicker eyebrow. It's the same basic concept, it's just the size and thickness difference. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom the camera in and we'll get started. Okay, so we're going to start with me telling you kind of basically what needs to be done. So when you are tweezing your eyebrows, you want to tweeze, I'm going to look in the mirror so I can kind of guide you the right way. So you're going to want to tweeze anywhere from, like I told you before in the other video, you take your ruler, your pencil, whatever it is that you're going to be using to do measuring, and you're going to go like this, and you're going to kind of see, okay, well, where this line is at the top, that is exactly where the line needs to start. So anything between, here and here, you can tweeze. So anything in the middle there, but that's your guide right here to see where your eyebrow needs to start. And then, like I said before, where your pupil is, right here, this is where your arch is going to be. So what you want to do is you want to tweeze anything that's below your arch line right here. Like I have a hair here that needs to be tweezed, but I'm going to leave that for now. And there's a couple other things. So right in here is where I would normally tweeze. This right here, you kind of want to go from here in an upward fashion. And then that's what's going to cause the arch to go up. And then you're going to come down here like this, and you're going to go, okay, well, that's where my eyebrow needs to end. So you don't want to tweeze anything in the middle here. Nothing here in the middle goes away. So the basic line right here, you want to keep everything basically there. So on the top, you can tweeze stuff up in here. You want to leave a little bit right here so you can kind of make your arch when you draw it in a little bit more. And you can kind of tweeze what's in here, okay? And then underneath here, you want to just kind of tweeze up in there. But like I said, you don't want to touch anything in the middle region here, because that's what happens is you touch that and then your eyebrow starts to look, oh, it's looking a little bit thinner, I got to go on this side and thin it out. And that's when you start getting too sparse eyebrows. Okay, so now that I've told you all that, I hope that kind of helps a little bit, knowing what needs to be done, where everything needs to be, what you can and cannot tweeze, and how to keep your eyebrows looking the fullest that they can. Now, on the other hand, I don't believe in the whole caterpillar look. I just don't like the way it looks. I think sometimes it just makes you look like you have a furrowed brow, or your face is too heavy. So I don't, especially on delicate features, I don't really care for the thick brow. So, the only way my clients get thick brows is if they come in with thick brows and I say leave it thick. Otherwise, if you're leaving it up to me, it's not going to be that thick. It's not going to be thin either. It's going to be the right shape. When my clients come in, I kind of assess what their face looks like, and then I go from there. What is a good idea to do is to get your eyebrows done professionally and then keep them going from there. And then that way it's a lot easier to kind of decide to kind of keep your eyebrow shape the way that you want. My clients, they get your eyebrows done by me. Just keep coming to me and I'll keep them looking perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this pencil again. This is the Glow Minerals pencil. What I like about this is it's a very small, thin tip to it. And then also it has a spoolie at the end, which is really, really, really helpful because I use it all the time. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the mirror because I can't do this without doing that, and then I'm going to kind of show you how I go about this again. I know I did this in the other brow tutorial, but this is just kind of an overview of it again. Okay, so you're going to start right here. And you're basically, what you're doing is drawing a line. But you don't want to draw like a straight line. You kind of want to just do this, you know, do kind of this motion so that it's not too straight of a line. And then you're going to take it up here. You can go from here and you're going to go up here and you're going to do another line. Okay, and then you're just going to kind of go right here and you're going to fill it in by going in upward strokes. Like that. Okay, and like I told you before, there's this little lip I always leave for my clients up here, and for myself, I leave that little spot so you can kind of go up on that. And there's the basic fill-in job that I'm going to do with this side with the dark color. This is the dark brown. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. Then I'm going to go with the light brown just to kind of give it a little bit of a contrast to make it look a little bit less, you know, one solid color. I'm going to kind of just do the basic fill in with this. I already drew the lines, so I don't need to do, you know, do any more lines. I just need to kind of fill it in and make it a little bit thicker. Then when I'm going to go in with my NYX Tame and Frame that I showed you guys last time. And where's my pencil? Here's the pencil that I use. It's an angle brush. It's not a pencil, I'm sorry, it's a brush. It's an angle brush, and it's very thick. It's not, there's not much movement to it. It's pretty coarse and thick. So I'm just gonna go in here and I'm gonna dip in this a little bit, get a little color on there. And then I'm gonna continue to kind of just, I like this stuff because it's a pomade. So it keeps the color on your brows and kind of keeps your brows pretty much tame for the most part. The thing is that I also use a mascara, a clear mascara or a brow gel, and that helps the color stay nicely. Also, it's kind of hairspray for your brows, but not hairspray. So I'm going to use the spoolie, and I'm going to kind of just brush up like this with the spoolie, brush my brows upwards and out, and that kind of what that does is it kind of smooths out the color and makes it look a little bit less solid. You know, you don't really want your brows to be a solid marker. That doesn't look good. Looks good on no one. So I'm going to go in with my clear mascara or brow gel, and there you have it. There's the brow. So here's the difference between my brows, done and not done. I don't think I really need to point that out. You probably can tell on your own. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to tell you one other thing. I can't do it on this brow because this brow is still a little wet with the gel. If you want kind of like a brow lift without having to go to the doctor and get it done, here's a really quick tip that you can do. You take your finger, you go in where your arch would be, and you just pull up like this. Like I said, I can't do it on this side because I'll mess it up. But right there, see how that kind of just lifted it? So that's what I like to do every once in a while, just to kind of do it. I'm going to try to do it, and hopefully it won't mess up on this side. So it didn't mess it up. Good. So there you go. Now I have a brow lift without spending thousands of dollars to get it done. Now if you spend thousands of dollars to get it done, good for you. I'm glad you're able to do it, but that's just a hint or a tip for people who don't want to do that. So I am going to turn the camera off, and I'll come right back with my other brow done. All right, I'm back and my brows are done. So if you have brows that are a little long, you know, when you brush them up, you have some that are kind of long, just go ahead and trim them with the little scissors. You can get them from Revlon, just in the regular drugstore. Just what you do is you want to use a spoolie, you brush them up, and when you see them longer than where you want them to be, just brush them up and go along and just snip them a little bit. Be very careful not to snip too much. I've done that before on my own brows and I regretted it, but they grow back really quickly. So those are just my little, you know, tips that I wanted to give you. I hope this video helps. Again, so don't touch the middle part when you're tweezing. Suggest the first thing I would suggest is, if you can, spend the $15, go and get your brows professionally done, then you'll have something to work with. And once they start to grow back in, then you can just kind of go in and you'll know where not to go. You don't want to go past this part. You can go in the middle, but not past that part. So you don't want them starting over here. You want them starting over here where your eye starts. And then where the pupil is where your arch is going to be. So you can kind of go up a little bit further in this area. And then the edge right here, you don't want it to go further and you don't want it to go shorter. So those are my tips for that. If you want to trim them, you can trim them by brushing upwards and cutting along the edge there. Don't try not to cut these too much because the brow gel will help tame those into the part where you want. If you cut those too short, they can end sticking up and looking kind of funny, or they can just not grow long enough. Sometimes you can use the length to kind of do like almost a comb over, but you just kind of do it a little bit longer, and that will help fill in the edge here if you have a shorter edge. But again, you can just, you know, brush these up, trim right here, and you're good to go. So I hope this video helped. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. The like button is the thumbs up button, and the subscribe button is in red right by my name, right down below. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Bye.